Hey guys, Frost here, welcome back. Today I'm gonna show you how I casually made 69,000 gold since the launch of Wrath. Might have more in my bags right now, but that's because I keep on collecting gold from the mailbox every day. Now for some of you this might not be a lot, but in reality I've made way over 100,000 gold without even focusing specifically on gold making or trying to get rich. I'm going to break down how I got the gold into 5 detailed things that I've done, because once you understand the core methods, you get rich without even trying too hard. But before we get into that, Halloween is upon us, and with this special occasion, Hero Wars has asked me to talk about this year's only Halloween event. They have created a portal to the Dominion, and if we can open it before October 31st, we can win unique gifts from the game world, but in reality. To get the energy to open the portal, we need as many Hero Wars installs as possible. The higher the level of players, the more energy the portal has, and the more rewards will be received through it. The sweepstakes is free and opened to non-registered users of Hero Wars, residents of the United States over 18 years of age. No purchase is necessary to enter or win. All you need to do is to download the game through this website, use my link in the description, create a free account and join the battles to get some energy for the portal opening. The goal is to reach 10,000 installs before the 31st of October, and the winners of the sweepstakes will be published on herowarsportal.com. Only new accounts will take place in the sweepstakes, so if you haven't played already, Hero Wars is a fantasy online ARPG with many PvP modes. There are over 130 missions in the campaign mode awaiting you from the beginning, more than 50 completely different heroes with unique skills that will help you explore the Dominion, and 6 different modes available in the game: Arena, Airship, Outland, Guild, Infinite Tower, and Grand Arena. So let's open a portal to the Dominion together. Click my link in the description, download Hero Wars before October 31st, and get a chance to win some amazing prizes. See you in Hero Wars. The first thing that I did once Wrath of the Lich King was launched, I did mining on 3 characters. I leveled my mage first and I stopped at level 77. I went around Icecrown, and for a whole day, instead of going to level 80, I mined and I mined and I mined. I managed to sell the saronite ore for about 120 to 150 gold a stack. I think that got me about 20,000 gold only in that day. Then I went back to my mage to get level 80. As soon as I got 80, I got the Cold Weather Flying book for 2 of my alts, and I managed to level in Icecrown with the Cold Weather Flying on a level 70 the other 2 characters, which allowed me to start pumping cooldowns for Titanium Bar. Now Titanium Bar price is kind of low right now, it's about 120 to 150 gold on most servers, but they used to go for 500, 400, 300, and I've done that consistently on 3 characters every day since launch, and I think that made me probably like 15 to 20,000 gold. There were days even when I sold for 1,000 gold. People were desperate to get their pre-best in slot and so on. Mining overall in total made me about 40,000 gold since the Wrath of the Lich King launch. The second thing I've done for making a lot of gold was JewelCrafting, and JewelCrafting made me about 30,000 gold. And keep in mind that I had JewelCrafting only on 1 single character. The cooldowns and the daily quests from JewelCrafting were so good early on. I remember selling Dragon's Eyes for 500 gold consistent, and you were able to get 1 from the daily quest and 1 from the Icy Prism. I got so many of them, like it's not a 100% guaranteed chance, but you get like Scarlet Rubies as well and Monarch Topaz. Early on the gems were selling for a lot. I think I sold Scarlet Rubies for 250 gold and Dragon's Eye from anywhere from 350 to 500 gold. They're still valuable right now. Scarlet Ruby went down all the way to 70 gold, but now I notice a trend that they start to go back up again, and maybe eventually the market will stabilize and the prices will go back. Dragon's Eye, it's currently on the market about 150 gold, and the Scarlet Ruby is about 120 gold. Another way I made the money with JewelCrafting, because I didn't make 30,000 from the cooldowns. Obviously, I had only 1 character. If I regret something, it's not having more jewel crafters, of course. But I did a saronite shuffle. I'm not sure if you're aware what a saronite shuffle is, but it's when you buy a lot of saronite ore and you prospect it, and then you convert everything you have into something that you can sell on the auction house. I was selling the raw gems, and then from the green gems I was making like rings and then disenchanting them with my alt and so on. This made me a bit of gold, especially early on when the prices were high. I think there were moments when I gambled and I made like 2,000 or 3,000 gold in one session. Of course, a lucky session. And the last way I made the gold with JewelCrafting was just crafting and selling basic gems. Like, everyone was in need of gems as soon as they started raiding. I sold everything I could. It doesn't matter, everything was selling. Red gems, yellow gems, blue gems. It just made me like a lot of money, and it's still making me to this day. I think JewelCrafting, it's not something that will soon disappear. It's just that the amount of gold that you can make right now are lower compared to what they used to be in the past. Third way of gold making, it's questing at max level, which in my opinion is one of the most underrated things that people don't talk about it for some reason. Now I managed to get level 80 on my mage, and I had like 2 or 3 zones left. I had Solazar Basin, Storm Peaks, and Ice Crown Citadel. The questing was about 500 gold per hour just from the quest, and on top of that, if you had like professions like engineering to suck clouds, if you had like mining or herbs, you were able to pick so many things. So I was doing 500 gold per hour just from questing at max level, and I was getting another 500 gold per hour from picking various stuff. If you had enchanting on my Paladin, like I was able to disenchant the items from the quest, mining, herbalism, you know the deal. So 500 gold per hour just by questing, and on top of that you get like badges and a lot of other rewards that might be useful for you. People just don't talk about it that much, but questing at max level, it's really fun, it's really consistent, it never lets you down. Of course, eventually you will run out of quests, but there are also dailies to do. Now, I have a bit of privilege of having a questing add-on that helps me a lot, but anyone can get one of those and be more efficient. The fourth thing that made me a lot of gold was raw gold farming, and this one made me about 10,000 gold. However, remember when we said in the beginning of the video that we did it casually? Well, I did it while I leveled my characters. I leveled my DK for 2 levels in Botanica, and I also leveled my Paladin for about 7 levels, from 70 to 77 in Botanica. I also had enchanting. I managed to make like a lot of mongoose scrolls and sell them on the auction house, overpriced. I think at one point the Greater Eternal Essence was about, or the Greater Planner was about 24 gold, and I was selling mongoose scroll for about 450 gold to 420 to 450 gold. I sold a lot of them. I was making consistent 500 gold per hour while leveling, which was great because I was doing 2 things at the same time. I leveled my DK for 2 levels as well. It was not as efficient as the Paladin, but I guess this is not as consistent if you don't have a character that is capable of doing this. I have 2 of them, which makes me, or it puts me on the lucky side of things. Now, of course, there are other grinds for raw gold farming. There's Mana Tombs, there's Setek Holes, there's Karazhan, there's basically many of them. I did this one because it was efficient, as I can do level and gold making at the same time, saving a lot of time. The fifth thing that made me a lot of gold was selling expensive items, and this made me about 15,000 gold. Now, I know that some of you might go, well, where do you get these expensive items from? And there are a couple of ways you can sell expensive items. The first thing is selling the Valor Bracers. The first week, the Valor Bracers went for 4,000 gold. I sold 1 pair. And the second week, they went for 2,000 gold. Yesterday, I sold a pair as well, which made me 6,000 gold. Another way to make gold was joining gold EKPs early on, which means you sell your right to get loot. I think on my first Nax 25 gold DKP, I made about 6,000 gold. I only joined one though, as I prefer the soft reserve runs, and I also have a guild, so I need to run with my guilds. But maybe in the future I'll run more of them. I made 6,000 gold for a Nax 25 gold DKP. I've heard people made even more. Another way, you can sell the items that you win in a soft reserve run to people in the group. Eventually you'll probably get them back. Your choice on how much to sell them. I actually bought some of them. I bought the surplus limb, which is my offhand best in slot, for 2,000 gold. It happens. It's a free trade. You can do whatever you want. And another way that I made gold, I got a Jetsy Bell to drop in a World Tour Heroic. I won the roll on a grid and I sold it for 5,000 gold, or close to 5,000 gold. It was pretty awesome, although I didn't add those money to the total gold that we made, because let's be honest, it's a world drop and not everyone can get a world drop. An honorable mention goes to cooking. Cooking can be easily learned in all of your alts. It's a thing that I haven't done from the beginning and I kind of regret it, but I started doing it now. You can do a daily quest which takes literally 3 minutes on all of your alts and get Northern Spices, which you can sell in the auction house. The Northern Spices until last week, they were 10 gold a pop. Now they're about 5 gold a pop, but you can get like 12 per character in literally no time, and you can make like 60 to 100 gold depending on the price of your server, like on every character, which is quite a great deal. So if you don't have cooking leveled up, look into that while it's still worth it. Thanks again to Hero Wars for sponsoring this video. Download the game from the link in the description and start playing right now. This is it. Hope you enjoyed and learned something from this video. If you did, remember to leave a like and a comment. Subscribe to the channel, as my goal is to reach 100,000 subs. If you have longer questions, find me live at twitch.tv/Frostadamus. With that being said, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, stay frosty. Bye-bye.